Now we know that there's a lot of vertical video content out there, but I want to show you how you guys can improve your video quality by formatting and editing a vertical video for any type of social media platform. So let's get started. So for today's quick tutorial, we're going to be using Shotcut. Now this is a free video editing program, but if you guys don't use Shotcut, you can basically repeat the same process on your video editing program of choice. It should be very similar. Alright, so we're in Shotcut right now, and as you can see, I have my vertical clip that I've chosen for today's example. Now I also have a video track out ready for me to put my video in, and just make sure you got all the video clips that you're going to be using. So the first thing I'm going to do is just going to pick my video clip from the playlist and drag it all the way down to my first video track. After this, I'm just going to open a second video track and do the exact same thing. Drag my video clip from the playlist and put it exactly on top of my second video track like I did the first one. Now one tip that I do have for you guys is that if you're using this method, I really suggest that you guys mute one of the clips if it has sound, so that way you don't have two clips that have both the same sound. So one of the best ways in order to format a vertical video either on YouTube or any other social media post is by adding some few effects. Now we see that the video is right in the center, but it also has some black bars on the sides. So I'm going to be showing you how you guys can get that really cool Gaussian blur look onto the rest of the video, so it looks pretty neat and nice when you're viewing it on YouTube. So in this case, we're going to be starting off with our bottom video track, which is our first video track. So you want to make sure you click on that track, make sure it's selected, and then we're going to go to filters. From there, we're just going to hit the plus button, and we're going to be looking for a filter called size and position. And as you can see, our video clip will then move on to the left just a little bit so we can see both of them. Now in this case, what we want to do is change the side mode to distort. Now this will fill up the whole screen, and we can see that it kind of stretched all the way to the background of our main video. So it's basically a larger version of the main video that we shot on our phone or any other device. So you just want to leave that to distort, and from there we're just going to add another filter. We're going to go back to the plus button, and we're going to be looking for a filter called a Gaussian blur. Now as you can see, there are different types of blur that you guys can experiment with to see which one fits more of your liking to the aspect of your video, but for now I'm just going to use a Gaussian blur. And as you can see, it presents us with a slider that we can basically move and adjust the amount of blur we want to add to our video clip. And as you can see, this basically changes to a subtle blur to a very extreme blur. Now I do like to add a subtle effect, but not so much that it blends both video clips together, so I would find a sweet spot for that. Now that you got your preferred setting for the amount of blur you want to add, we can add a brightness filter. So I'm just going to go back to the filters and add a brightness filter, which can basically give some depth or separation from both clips. Now of course, it's basically your personal preference if you guys want to make the clip a little bit more darker or the same brightness. It's really up to you, but I do want to add some separation in between. Now as you can see, we can see how the edit has gone so far, but there's also some effects that we can add and filters that we can add to our first main video clip. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you select the second video clip or our main video clip, which is our track number 2. Then same process, we go to filters, and we're going to be looking for the size and position filter as well. From here, it's basically our decision of what we want to do with our video clip. Now I do want to make this video clip a little bit more bigger, as I do see it a little bit too small, so I'm just going to adjust the size of it. But that's basically all the filters I'm going to be adding for this video clip in particular. If it's too small, the size and position filter should help you regulate or adjust the size of your main video clip. And finally, you just want to make sure your video looks completely centered and it fits real nice into the frame. Now the last thing you guys have to do is basically export the video. Now I'm not going to go into much detail since I already have a very good and detailed video on the best export settings that you guys can export your video if you're exporting on YouTube or any other video formats for any other purposes. So I do suggest, if you guys want the best settings, to go and check out that video. Now I hope I could help you guys out by giving you an idea of the best format that you guys could use when editing your vertical videos, either for YouTube or any other social media platform. Now I hope these settings were helpful, but if you guys are still looking for more Shotcut tutorials, now I do have a full-on playlist ready for you guys to watch, as well as many other videos I have around video editing and content creation. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.